In the time before Tears of the Kingdom's release, Nintendo targeted the Sky Islands as the base for their promotional content. The mysteries of the skies of Breath of the Wild's Hyrule were the focal point for theories and hype. Minimal information was given or known about the surface. Many speculated that the surface would remain relatively the same, and this caused people to think that Tears of the Kingdom would be a glorified DLC and nothing more. That couldn't have been any further from the truth. The surface changed significantly, and it was for the better. But the one area no one saw coming was the depths. Waiting for us under the surface was a whole new layer of Hyrule that matched the scale of the land above. We only saw a few snapshots of the depths in the trailers, but Zelda fans assumed that these were just dungeons or even caves of the game. Nintendo's ability to keep this secret under wraps is quite impressive. The amount of content that the depths has to offer almost gives us 2 games for the price of one. The $70 price tag is more than justified by the scope of Tears of the Kingdom's expansive maps. Not only did the Zelda team deliver a game that is bulkier than what we expected, but they also delivered one that showed us that the Switch can still hold its own in the current gaming space. Are there small frame drops here and there? Yes, but overall the game is a near seamless open world experience that runs better than games that have better hardware to work with. Now, I'm nowhere near a tech expert, but as a consumer, Tears of the Kingdom is a shining light in a sea of poorly optimized games that are rushed. But anyway, let's get back to my favorite area in the game. When you first enter the depths, it looks like Link took a trip to the Upside Down from Stranger Things. It's dark, and the atmosphere is full of particles and debris. In Stranger Things, the Upside Down is a mirror of the regular world, and the same rings true for the depths. There are plenty of mirrored locations and themes that connect this area with the surface. Link can illuminate sections of the depths by interacting with light roots. These locations act like Zonai shrines, which is no surprise considering they are located directly below the shrines of the surface and are most likely part of its structure. The name of each light root is the name of its corresponding shrine, but backward. So, if you thought reading the names of the shrines was difficult, good luck with the light roots. There are even more locations like this. For instance, all of the ancient mines are located under important towns and villages on the surface, such as Kakariko Village and Gerudo Town. The depths has no shortage of enemies. Bokoblins, moblins, and more are enchanted with Ganon's gloom. These enemies are stronger than their surface-dwelling counterparts. This is due to their ability to inflict gloom damage, which will break Link's heart containers. These broken hearts can only be healed by the light from light roots, the surface, and meals cooked with sundelions. The depths is also home to new species of monsters, my favorite being the frogs. These giant frog-esque creatures are strange amalgamations of Hinox, Molduga, and Stone Talus all in one. You can stun this creature one of 2 ways. Either shoot it in its singular eye, or wait for it to open its giant mouth and get it to suck up a bomb that will then explode in its stomach. Once the beast is stunned, Link needs to climb its back and destroy all of the Zonai deposits. These encounters alone make exploration in the depths worthwhile. Do you remember our favorite goofball, Master Koga, and how we pushed him into a giant hole in Breath of the Wild? Well, as it turns out, that hole led straight to the depths. I'm not sure how he survived, but Koga managed to get a large number of Yiga clan to join him down there. The Yiga then built bases and learned how to use Zonai technology. They used this tech to build vehicles to explore at the will of Koga. Our pudgy master has his heart set on gaining access to the Great Mines. Link first learns of this when he goes to collect the auto-build ability. Chasing Master Koga around the depths gives this location a whole story arc to follow. Locating and fighting Koga while he rides his wild Zonai inventions is nothing short of lighthearted fun and a nice break from the dark and sad story of the main events. 2 of these main events do, however, take place in the depths as well. The first of which is traversing to the Fire Temple with Yunobo to acquire his sacred stone. Link travels back once more to find the 5th sage, Minoru. She tasks him with building her mech so that her soul may enter and control it. There's more to the story of the depths than what is presented in the form of these main missions and storylines. The lore goes pretty deep. Okay, that was just a bad joke, but in all seriousness, this underworld holds a multitude of mysteries. Let's consider the supernatural aspect of the depths. Everywhere you look, there are blue orbs of light floating right above the ground. These orbs are called Poes. In Tears of the Kingdom, Poes are described as wandering spirits that got lost on their way to the afterlife. Link can collect these Poes and trade them with bargainer statues. These godlike entities claim to return Poes to the afterlife where they belong. How is it that Poes are only seen below and not on the surface, even though plenty of death occurred there during the calamity? Maybe it's because of the spiritual pull of the bargainer statues, or maybe the depths have a thinner veil between Link and the afterlife. That is not to say that no spirits are seen on the surface. After all, Link met the spirits of the king and the champions in Breath of the Wild. And let's not forget that the dragons are considered spirits too. These spirits, however, belong to strong-willed individuals with unfinished business. Poes again are wandering spirits that probably belong to average everyday citizens. They are simply lost, with the possibility of looking for their final destination. The spirits of Hylian soldiers also reside in the depths, each one holding a weapon almost as if they are offering it to be taken. If Link does take one of these weapons, the spirit of the soldier will vanish as if they fulfilled their duty. Like the king and champions, they had unfinished business. But how would they know Link would be in the depths? It's possible that Hylia or some other higher power appointed them to aid Link. Let's not forget that Ganon himself is found within the depths at the start of the game, and once again when Link fights him in a final battle. This would explain how all the enemies down here are under the unbinding control of Ganon, as opposed to the enemies on the surface who seem to act on their own accord. They live in camps, hunt, and sleep. The monsters of the depths only mine Zonite and attack Link. They don't sleep or act in a socialized way. They are pure puppets of Ganon with no mind of their own. Before Link can help the sages reach their respective tiers at each temple, they are attacked by a scourge of that temple. These scourges are great beasts used by Ganon to stop each sage's awakening, or at the very least slow them down while he regains his strength underground. After defeating the temple scourges, several of each beast can be found and fought in the depths. It seems as though these locations are where Ganon was growing the strength of each monster. Perhaps, if enough time passed, copies of the scourges would be sent back to the temple to cause problems for Link and the sages. However, the hero of the wild does not allow that to happen. With a myriad of things to do and lore to speculate upon in the depths, this area opens up even more options and possibilities for future Zelda games. The next hero will have his work cut out for him with an expansive world to conquer. Where will the Zelda team take us next? Thank you so much for watching. What do you think of the depths? Let me know in the comments below. And if you made it all the way to the end of the video, a like is super appreciated. And why not subscribe and check out my other Zelda videos and beyond. Thanks again, and until next time, I'm the Mission Slayer, aka Fred, and have a good one.